guys, welcome back to another video. I'm JT, and in this video, we're going to be talking about iOS 14.5. So earlier this week, Apple did release their newest software update to iPhones and iPads, being iOS 14.5. In this video, we're going to be talking about my top 7 features that I think have come from this brand new update. We're going to start with number 1 and we're going to end with number 7. So my favorite part of iOS 14.5 is a new feature called App Tracking Transparency. As we all know, advertisers love tracking us across apps and websites. This generally boosts their business, as they can make money off of our data. So in this update, Apple has made it so we have the choice to allow apps to track us or not across apps and websites. There are a few caveats, which I will leave on the screen right now. So if you do follow any of these caveats, they will automatically be enabled for you. So let's give an example to understand kind of what app tracking transparency will do. So let's say I'm on Facebook, and after I go on Facebook, I go on Amazon and I look for let's say a toothbrush, because I'm in need of a toothbrush, but I didn't like this toothbrush for some weird reason. Might have been electrical, might have not been electrical, whatever. And then I go back on Facebook and I see the exact same or very similar toothbrush now on my feed. This is what you probably experience now, and a lot of people think it's a very scary thing to see. But with app tracking transparency, let's go through this again. I'm on Facebook, I go on Amazon, and I see an electric toothbrush, and I don't really like this electric toothbrush. Well, now I go back on Facebook and I see an ad for a car. So clearly what this tells us is that it's not going to be able to know that I was on Amazon looking for toothbrushes. If you want to enable app tracking transparency, go to the Settings app, tap on Privacy, Tracking, and follow all the steps that are in that tracking menu. And you can learn more about how ATT works under that menu. This is a major step forward for privacy, and I applaud Apple for making this transition. My second favorite thing in this update is something that I like to call Mask ID. So people who have newer iPhones, who have Face ID, have complained since the beginning of the pandemic that obviously that biometric of Face ID won't work because the mask is covering our face. Well, Apple has taken note of this and they are addressing it with a brand new feature called Unlock with Apple Watch. So when you're wearing a mask and you have an Apple Watch, it will go to your watch for authentication. And if you're wearing a watch that has a passcode attached to it and is connected to your Apple ID, it will automatically unlock your iPhone. This is super useful for doctors or people who ski, who are wearing masks or things that might cover up their face. Now, you might be concerned about the privacy implications. What if someone steals my phone and I'm wearing my watch? Well, there will be a lock button on your watch so you can lock that iPhone. My third favorite feature in iOS 14.5 is more of a collection of features under the Podcasts app. So the Podcasts app is getting a major redesign with Apple Music-like design language, so larger podcast artwork, swipe gestures. The iPad is also getting a sidebar for the library tab. Additionally, you will be able to categorize shows under channels that allow you to quickly access certain kinds of shows. So I like having a tech channel, so all of my tech podcasts, like the Waveform podcast or Genius Bar, will be in a group together that I can quickly start listening to. And the whole look of the user interface has been given a fresh new coat of paint and looks a lot more modern. However, the most important new feature coming to the Podcasts app is the change from subscribe to follow. It seems that a lot of people now associate subscriptions with paying money, and that might be due to Netflix and Disney+. And Apple has realized this, and to make podcasts feel more accessible to users, they are now changing it from subscribing to podcasts to following podcasts. But something that you can subscribe to is this channel, and it's not $5 a month. No, it's not even $1 a month. It's absolutely free. So if you like the content that I am making and want more people to see that content, hit the subscribe button down below. It would mean the world to me. My number 4 pick is the Apple Music changes, which also got a big boost in iOS 14.5. So, like podcasts, Apple Music now has swipe gestures for changing cues and downloading, and generally a lot more compact lists as opposed to the share sheet. There is a new Made For You tab under the library section, which will show you all of your replay lists, as well as your favorites mix, new music mix, and more. Now, another awesome feature that is coming to Apple Music is lyric sharing. So as many of you might know already, Apple Music has a real-time lyrics feature. But now in iOS 14.5, you will be able to long press on a lyric and be able to share it to iMessage, Instagram, and Facebook. And lastly, if you are in a major city, you will now have a top 25 playlist made by Apple in regards to what is hot right now in your city. At number 5 is Siri. Siri got a couple big things in this update. Siri no longer has a default voice, and there are now multiple options under the American tab to change voices, and no more classification of male or female. So if you do want to change your voice, I would recommend going into the Settings app, tapping on Siri and search, and then tapping on Siri voice, and that will directly take you into that tab. Here are the sounds now. Alright everybody, so we are now in the Siri voice tab, and I'm going to play for you the 4 new voices. So here is voice number 1.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Here's number 2.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Here's my personal favorite, number 3.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
And here's number 4.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Additionally, you can now call emergency services or emergency contacts from Siri, and Siri will also be able now to call group FaceTimes from iMessage groups. So for example, if I were to say, make a FaceTime call from my Fire Friends chat, it will automatically call the people under the Fire Friends group chat in a FaceTime call. Lastly with Siri, and this is the big one, Siri can now change to a new default music service when you ask Siri to play music. So Spotify users, if you ever talk to Siri and say, hey, play me some Justin Bieber, it would always default to Apple Music, but you use Spotify. But now, if you were to do that and you have Apple Music and another music service installed, it will give you a drop-down notification allowing you to choose what your default service is. Now, I bet you that Apple is doing this because of the antitrust claims that have been going against them in recent months, but nonetheless, this is a great change, and I hope that they do something similar with Maps and other common services. Number 6, speaking of which, Maps got a big update this time around with being the ability to now report things that are happening in real time. So similar to ways if I was driving and I were to see a closure on a highway, I can report that there's a closure of this highway or an accident or whatever, and if there is enough people who report this as well, Apple Maps will now notify users about those closures or accidents. The last thing I want to talk about from iOS 14.5 is controller support for the DualSense controller and the Xbox Series X. This is huge. We are now in a new generation of gaming, and now that these controllers are supported, people who loved to game on their iPad, for example, will no longer have to worry about not being able to use their controller anymore if they might have sold their PlayStation 4. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you took anything new out of this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for new videos, which will hopefully be coming every Wednesday now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of whatever time of day you're having. Also, thank you guys so much for 50 subscribers. It means so much to me, and I promise you I will get better. We will get bigger. Goodbye, everyone.